Every single day we wake up and step into a world that's powered by something we can't see, touch, or hold. Messages fly across continents in an instant. Apps guide us through unfamiliar streets. Payments happen with a simple tap. Flights, deliveries, even our favorite shows all moving through vast, invisible systems we call the cloud. It feels permanent, doesn't it? Reliable, always on. But this week, we were all reminded that even the strongest clouds can break. In just a few short days, Microsoft and Amazon Web Services, two of the world's biggest tech giants, suffered major outages. And in those few hours of digital silence, our modern world felt fragile. It all began quietly on a seemingly normal workday. One moment, office workers were logging into Microsoft 365, getting ready to tackle their to-do lists. The next, their screens froze. Emails refused to send. Microsoft Teams wouldn't load. And entire cloud drives, filled with critical documents, vanished into thin air. It wasn't just a small hiccup. By mid-morning, the reports started flooding in. Over 18,000 Azure users and 11,000 Microsoft 365 users were affected, spanning the entire globe. The ripple effects were immediate. Alaska Airlines publicly announced its website and mobile app were down. Flights were delayed. Countless businesses stalled and entire workdays were completely derailed. So what caused this massive disruption? Was it a sophisticated cyber attack? A physical disaster? The truth was far simpler, and in a way, more unsettling. It was a single configuration change buried deep inside Microsoft's vast Azure network. One tiny tweak, a digital slip of the fingers, that triggered a massive domino effect. For a few tense hours, the digital heartbeat of countless companies simply stopped. This event uncovered a stark reality. One small network misconfiguration, a single line of code gone wrong, was enough to bring a significant part of the digital world to a grinding halt. It showed us just how deeply dependent our modern world is on these invisible systems we never think about, until they suddenly fail. Just as the world was catching its breath from the Microsoft outage, another tremor shook the digital landscape. This time it was Amazon Web Services, or AWS, the largest and most dominant cloud provider on the planet. If the cloud is the sky, AWS is the biggest patch of it. On October 20th, 2025, AWS's SEC1 region, a data center cluster, so critical it's often called the backbone of the internet, went down. For users, the effect was instantaneous. Your favorite apps froze on your phone. Websites you visit every day crashed, displaying error messages. Major online services, from streaming platforms to e-commerce sites, simply blinked out of existence. The cause this time was a different kind of digital phantom. A DNS automation error inside DynamoDB, Amazon's powerhouse database system. Essentially, two automated systems tried to update the same piece of data at the exact same time. It's created what engineers call a race condition, a state of confusion that cascaded across Amazon's global servers. It's causing widespread disruption. For several hours, large parts of the web were effectively offline. It wasn't just an inconvenience. It was a massive economic event. Analysts later crunched the numbers, estimating that the financial toll of this single outage could reach a staggering $581 million worldwide. This incident revealed another crucial lesson. Single automation conflict, a ghost in the machine, was enough to disrupt countless online businesses. It proved that even the strongest, most sophisticated tech infrastructure is still, at its core, a human creation. And human creations, no matter how brilliant, can and do fail. These outages weren't just technical glitches on a status page. They weren't just headlines for tech blogs. They had real, tangible, human impacts. Think about it. Flights were delayed, leaving travelers stranded in airports. E-commerce deliveries were paused, meaning packages didn't arrive on time. Hospitals, which increasingly rely on cloud-based patient records, and offices, which run on cloud software, were temporarily paralyzed. Productivity plummeted, but more importantly, people's lives were disrupted. For a few hours, people all around the world were forced to confront a simple, sobering fact. So much of our daily life, from our work to our communication to our safety, depends on a few massive centralized clouds floating above us. When that technology stops, the silence it leaves behind is more than just digital. It's personal. It touches our lives, our jobs, and our fundamental trust in the systems that hold our society together. Now, let's take a step forward. Let's imagine this exact same scenario, but not today. Let's imagine it happening 10 years from now. Picture a world deeply integrated with technology. Autonomous cars navigate busy city streets. Hospitals are powered by AI that diagnoses diseases and assists in surgery. Smart factories are run by legions of robots. And our homes are filled with connected devices, all communicating seamlessly. And what connects all of it? The cloud. Now, what happens when the cloud goes down in that world? It's not just about your email being slow. Cars could freeze mid-drive on a highway. Surgical robots could stop mid-procedure. Emergency response systems could fail when they're needed most. In that not-so-distant future, a 5-minute outage isn't an inconvenience. It's a potential catastrophe. Reliability will no longer be an optional feature. It will be an absolute matter of public safety. This week, both Microsoft and Amazon, in their own ways, reminded us of a fundamental truth. Our world runs on code, and code can stumble. But maybe that's not a reason to panic. Maybe it's a reason to prepare, because the future isn't just about building smarter machines or more powerful AI. It's about building systems. It's about building people that can anticipate, manage, and handle failure with grace and resilience. Technology connects us. It empowers us. And sometimes it humbles us. It reminds us that for all our progress, we are still reliant on the systems we've built. So the next time you send a message, stream a movie, or pull up a map, take a moment to remember what's behind that simple tap. A vast, intricate web of servers, fiber optic cables, and tireless human effort. And when the cloud takes a break, so does the world. In an age where robots may soon walk beside us, and AI may drive our cars, one truth will always remain. The cloud may be digital, but the consequences of its silence are deeply, profoundly human. Thanks for watching. If you found this thought-provoking, please consider liking the video and subscribing. It's the channel for more deep dives into the technology that shapes our world. Stay curious.